Let's get you more details, and we are being joined by Naveen Kulkarni of Axis Securities on the show right now, and we also have Anupama Reddy, Vice President of ICRA. All right, but Naveen, firstly, help us understand that what is your first cut on HUL numbers? How do you read into the numbers? What is the good as well as bad as per you?
Yes. So, thing is, we were not expecting any significant volume growth for the quarter, so we were expecting the numbers to be flattish. So from that perspective, the underlying volume growth of 2% is, I would say, that improving trajectory. Even the earnings we were expecting it to be flattish, so that's grown by around 4%. So that's also, I would say, that better than expectation. So while the numbers as such do not look like that encouraging, but I would say that they are better than expectations, and that is the key takeaway as of now. We'll of course have to look at the earnings commentary and of course the conference call to make a better assessment, but as of now it looks better than expectations.
Good morning to you, Naveen. Shadow for joining the conversation. And like the way you said that, yes, it looks like the numbers on the surface for now looks better than expectation, given the fact that we were going also with a very muted set of expectations when you talk about HUL. But the commentary coming in from the management, one, they're saying they're expecting the growth to gradually improve during the year in near to midterm, and also the fact that they're saying the gross margin is expected to moderate in the near to midterm. How should one actually read into this commentary coming in? Should we read too much into it, given the fact that we have a lot of uncertainty around global developments that impact commodity prices as well?
Yes, so I think one is the base, of course, is getting to be softer as we progress. So that will, of course, help the numbers to look better. That is one thing for sure. Second, of course, while there will be challenges globally, but typically what we see is that during such phases, the consumer or the domestic consumption companies, or let's say the FMCG companies, are relatively unaffected, right? Because these aspects like soap, detergents, all these things, the consumption of that doesn't change much. On the other hand, there could be some benefits on account of raw material going ahead if there are global challenges. But I would say that the commentary sounds a little encouraging than probably a couple of quarters back when there was not much expected. Gradual improvement through the year is encouraging commentary, is what I would say.
All right, Naveen, when I look at some of the segmental performance, then home care volume is seen to be at mid-single digit. The personal care low single digit decline is what the management is highlighting, and the food has registered a mid-single digit decline as well. How do you see the volume growth segment-wise moving ahead, and which segment is expected to do better versus the rest?
See, home care as a segment, they have done well, I would say. Beauty and well-being also is okay. Personal care is worrisome because that's a high-margin segment, and volume growth in that segment being sluggish is a challenging area which they will have to address. Foods also is a growth segment where the volume growth is flat to marginal negative is also a challenge area. So overall, I would say that a larger portion of the business, which is essentially home care and beauty and well-being, right, which is almost 60% of the business, that is doing better, which is encouraging. On the other hand, the high-margin business of personal care not doing well is a challenge, and the high-growth foods business is not doing so well is also a challenging area. So I would say that the overall volume growth figures, as they stack up, are a slightly mixed bag, but I would say they're slightly positive than probably what we were witnessing a couple of quarters back.
All right, point taken. Thank you so much, Naveen, for joining us in the show to talk about the numbers, especially of HUL and how they look on the surface. What Naveen believes is the fact that it is a bit better than expected, given the fact that we were going in with a very muted set of expectations for the HUL. And yes, the commentary also is saying that it's not looking that negative. Good commentary coming in from the management. But